Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Team Building with Zooch, where I take a live guest and team build with them for a matchup, and then afterwards I'll go ahead and review the replay, talk about how I think the team performed, how the game went, and everything else. So without further ado, we have another PokeTuber with us here today. We have Professor Shuckle or Darkrai joining me. What's going on, man?
Hey, I'm good. How's it going?
I'm doing fantastic. Excited for this one. So Darkrai, longtime friend of mine, been around for a while. He was technically part of the series on the other end, went for one video, and now he's joining me here today. So I'm excited for this one for sure. So we have this is just a standard SV Paldea format, nothing crazy. This is for seasonal?
Spring
Seasonal, yeah. All right, so how are you doing so far in this tournament?
I'm 3-2. I started 0-1, then won 3 in a row, then I lost the last one.
Okay.
So if I lose, I'm out, I believe, because it's X and 2, I think, to top cut.
Is it okay? How many games are left if you keep winning?
I think it's 9 rounds, right? So
Okay, so four
more.
more. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see if we can keep going in here. Who are you playing? Anyone like popular now?
I have no idea. I think their name is Cloen, but I have not talked to them before or heard of them.
Yeah, doesn't sound familiar. Okay, sounds good. Have you had a chance to look at this at all or nah?
No, I was kind of lazy, so I didn't really take a look.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I just took a quick glance at it. Nothing crazy. A couple things kind of did stick out like immediately though. Um, it's gonna sound like kind of like like the most obvious like Zarud set here, but I think it is probably still the best set and it's really strong in my opinion, which is the Spadef bulk up set with there's a pretty like obvious Terra in my opinion for this team. I don't know if you can see it right away.
I'm not sure. I was thinking electric at first, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Electric?
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, Zap just kind of gives it away for the most part, but yeah, the reason why I think electric is also really good, you wouldn't even actually need Terra Blast either. It would probably be like bulk up, synth, and then Trailblaze knockoff, right? I don't think you actually need Terra Blast knockoff plus grass. It's really strong
I
here.
agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, obviously with bulk up, like you're only weak to ground, so like you're going to be able to take a Tusk hit if you manage to get a bulk up as it switches in. So it's really hard, I think, for them to actually revenge you. It's got to be like some sort of like very offensive Iron Moth, really, and that's why you run Spadef on the bulk up set, so you can potentially take a hit anyways. So I think that is an excellent win condition here. Obviously, there's a couple of things you can like watch out for if you try to like bulk up in front of an Ogerpon, but obviously you would want to Trailblaze first to prevent like Encore or whatever. And then same thing with Screamtail. But getting that +1 speed boost is just really hard, I think, for him to kill you. Obviously, you got to look out for Trick, too. That's why, if you manage to get Zerudin early, which is probably going to be your, like, Zapdos switching, realistically, you just kind of want to, like, knock off early, and just get rid of items and see what their switch-ins are. And then, obviously, later in the game, you can just go for that Bulk Up or Trailblaze and win. I think it looks really strong here. But I will
agree.
Yeah, I will say the Moth is kind of a little bit scary for you here. Your fire resist is Keldeo plus Rhyperior, so it does make it kind of seem like it's going to be Energy Ball as coverage. So it's a little scary there. I've seen one person bring this set with a Keldeo before, and it was L5, and it didn't do anything. It died pretty much right away versus me, but Assault Vest Keldeo is what I'm talking about here. I think
I already brought it once versus a Chiyu. It's
yeah,
obviously stronger but slower than
yeah.
Keldeo, so it helps.
Yeah. And then with Keldeo versus Moth, it's not going to take as much, but you can technically get like the slow flip turn versus it. And also pack Aqua Jet if you want. Aqua Jet actually seems not too bad here, right? So that is an idea at first glance. The Dio, when you see Deoxys, you initially just think of Spikes, and Spikes is really good because their spinner can be blocked. Now, it's not the best because like technically knock into like Headlong. I don't know if it kills Pecharunt. If it's like max Fizz at Pecharunt, it probably doesn't because it's so defensive, but it's close. So, you can go spiking around. I don't necessarily think you even need technically rocks here. You can run rocks, but spikes I think is way more important because, the Zap will probably be boots, right? The only thing that rocks might definitely help more is with the Moth if it's not boots, but spikes hits literally everything else. So, I definitely think spikes into just spin block is really, really strong here. and tougher their opponent for break, right? Um, something else too is like you have a Duraludon, and I think actually Duraludon's pretty solid for Ogerpon. Now I'm thinking about it, right? Because if you run
Yeah.
the ability that like makes you like not heavy, the light one, um, how does he hit you? Like you would think you'd run like low kick or something, right? If he wants to even pack coverage for you, but if he doesn't run that, like how does he even like do damage to Duraludon?
Yeah, he's more likely to run player off anyway, because
Yeah,
Zarude.
right. So that's, I mean, I could check real quick. I think it's gonna do less than like 20 to Duraludon if you're
Uh,
defensive.
Probably correct. Raldon's not bad. Like, I brought him last match, and he was, like, decent.
Yeah.
And he definitely seems better than he looks on paper. Yeah, make sure to put the Violet.
Yeah, look at that. And
Yeah.
you know, you could definitely bring that because, you know, if you didn't bring this Duraludon, like your Ogerpon switching is kind of brutal, right? It's either Duraludon or your Terra, the Zarude, or Rhyperior, I guess, for it. But I think the Terra Electric plus just Duraludon as your rocker too, right? Like you should be able to get the rocks off versus Ogerpon if you want to run spikes on Dio, for example. I think is really solid here. And then, I mean, Duraludon can run like Heavy Slam, maybe Body Press if like the Goodra wants to try to switch into it. And then, you know, the last slot can either be Draco or Dragon Tail. Dragon Tail's probably solid because of the whole, if we're going to go with the spikes route and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's really strong, right? Like at first glance here. So, I mean, that was just a very quick like analysis, but like out of that we said what? Dio, Zarude, Pesh, Keldeo, Duraludon. So one more from these three if we do go with that. Cinderace looks really strong actually, right? Look at just Pyro Ball plus Gunk Shot, right? It's really
there's
strong.
no real fire resist, because I don't really count them out as fire resist.
No.
The bulk is pretty bad.
Yeah. So it's literally plus Gunk, right? Like even if they go like Iron Moth on a Gunk Shot, like that's gonna take half at least, I think, from Libero Gunk Shot.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Powerball probably does a decent amount to Goodra. You can pack fighting coverage if you want, or you can. You might want to be pads though because of this guy. Well, if you're clicking Pyro / Gunk, you actually don't make contact, so you could be boots. What other moves would you want even? Pyro Gunk. You could run a fighting move if you want for this. Or you could be like Swords Dance as a Wink Edition because it does outspeed everything actually. It seems not that fast.
Yeah, it could be Swords Dance in like a normal mode. Well, I guess no normal because you still need a move to hit the Goodra.
Yeah. Well, how much does Powerball do? It probably still does a solid chunk. Let's see. I don't know. I've never hasn't seen Goodra too much. It's got decent defenses. Like, yeah, I mean, if he's not Fizdef, like, it does do a lot. Would he be Fizdef or Spidef here?
He could be Fizdef. Well, I was thinking. I mean, I think he should Terra the Ogerpon. But if he really was scared of the Zarude, he could just do Terra Fairy Sap Zipper, which just like was the Zarude, right?
He could, yeah. I mean, that's fine. Again, if we get the spikes up, that would help tremendously. Plus, Pestron is like really good then if that's the... Because he probably doesn't do much to Pesh. But yeah, he could be. I mean, I just feel like Ogerpon looks so good here, though. Like, I feel like he's probably going to like overlook Duraludon. I think. I probably would, honestly. If I'm building as this side here. Maybe he thinks like Rhyperior, though, could come as the Ogerpon check with Terra. I'm not sure.
I mean, Rhyperior as Terra Electric also looks really good, though. Like Rock Polish attacked.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think that like it's so hard for them to kill Zarude. Like, if you're Spidef, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean, we could go the electric Rhyperior. It's more fun. Like it could certainly win, right? So you would run like what, Earthquake, something for this guy, either Terra Blast or Ice Punch. Probably Ice Punch.
Or Stone Edge.
Or Stone Edge too.
Stone Edge.
Yeah, you could EQ Stone Edge and then like
Heavy Slam probably.
Yeah, Heavy Slam. So you would need Tusk a little bit weakened for that, but I mean.
Yeah, but if you can level Headlong or something, which I'm pretty sure Rhyperior can, because I feel like weakness policy and something.
Yeah. It could be, yeah. The thing is, so if we bring that set, then what are we not bringing out of what I said earlier?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the best set. I mean, like, I think there's potential for it, but obviously Zerud should Terra first, right? That's how I usually try to build.
Yeah.
Rhyperior is like the last resort. Oh, if there's no Zerud Terra that works, that's
Mm-hmm.
when you bring out the Rhyperior.
Yeah. I think a well-played Zerud will just honestly win this game. So, all right, let's get to the builder, though. So, yeah, I mean, I think that is the best Zerud set if you want to start with that. Is there any other Zerud set you're thinking of, or do you want to just go with the Spadef bulk up? With Trailblaze. I think Trailblaze makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think so. I wasn't only not sure about the item, because obviously Screamtail can Encore.
That's true.
Which can be annoying, right? Like, either knockoff or Trailblaze, if you're not too boosted, the Tusk can come in and start, like, force you out or pressure.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like the Tusk is kind of forced to, if the Terra Electric Sword isn't, it is kind of forced to like ground move you though.
Yeah.
So like obviously Balloon Pesha comes to mind first when you think of that. So, I don't think it's the end of the world. That's why I think Spikes is really really nice too, because like it's just forcing this guy to take chip like over and over to the point where just like a Trailblaze or two Trailblazes can kill this guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, all right, let's do the Zerud set. So, we said bulk up, Trailblaze, Nox, Synth. Synth is definitely better than jungle healing here for electric, right? The only way you can get poisoned is like Moth T-Spike, maybe, but you have a grounded poison.
Or Mock Toxic, but yeah.
Yeah. I think the only... I think the only if you have a Trailblaze up and you're faster than Moth, you probably obviously you're gonna knock off the following turn, but you probably only knock off if you kill it. I mean, it depends. Like if like you get toxic that turn, if it's like the end of the world, like or if it's like you're still fine to win, even if because then you kill Moth for a toxic. Like it just depends.
Yeah, I don't even
you can be safe.
Toxic's that viable off a bring. I feel like you just go attack.
Yeah.
There's no switching.
Yeah, he should be just like fire move, grass move. Could run Sludge Wave if he wants to hit this guy harder.
Could be Psychic too to hit the Pecharon.
Yeah, could
kill it.
Yeah, could be like some sort of like either boost your speed or agility with Meteor Beam too, just to try to like sweep you, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So obviously, if he's any of that, he's probably not gonna have Toxic. So. Yeah, Synth is nice. Healing. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So we're gonna be spit def. The question is like, what speed do you want to hit? Here, I would probably still run speed to make sure you're faster than Tusk, no matter what. So even if he's like boost your speed, and if you're Trailblaze, you're still faster.
That's probably fine, right? That makes sense.
Yeah, so it'd be like 301 you'd hit, because the Zapdos isn't gonna matter. The low kicks, if he's gonna hit you, he's probably gonna be like first impression anyway. Yeah. So, I think being faster than Zerud is a big deal when you're electric type. So it could definitely come down. Because then if you can get a bulk up first, and then he lowers his defenses, for example, that's a big difference in damage if he hits you first. So you'd be plus speed nature, I think here. Jolly. 301. And typically, you literally can just run like this, but I'm going to look and see if we need any attack for anything first, because we do have kind of like leftover attack if we need. The item, like you said, is a big question too. Like lefties seems like the most optimal. You could be Shuka Berry too if you want.
Yeah, I was thinking Shuka, because if you don't take Unam, everything on our team's grounded. So you or Headlong is really free.
Yeah. Yeah, that could definitely be a good lure. Lefties is obviously good for everything else, but I don't necessarily think you need the leftovers recovery, especially with Synth as your recovery option instead.
Yeah.
Again, I don't even know what does over half to you with this spread, unless it's got to be really offensive Moth, either booster or specs probably, or Ogerpon, I guess, before you get a bulk up can probably do around half, I would say, maybe. That's really it, though. So, I think this is okay. I guess if the Ogerpon doesn't Terra and he's just grass, water, it technically doesn't do too much. But you can technically, I think you can just Trailblaze and bulk up on it. It's tough because he could be like I said, Encore or Taunt, or he could be SD himself. So you might just have to feel that set out a little bit. Again, we're gonna have a Duraludon for that guy, so to kind of see what kind of set it is anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, he probably just runs 2 attacks, like Play Rough, Cudgel, like you said, right? Hits Keldeo, hits Zarude. Alright, hits this.
I guess you could drop Hornleash technically if you run Play Rough, because Play Rough hits the Keldeo too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so he has the option to be a couple of different like utility moves.
Yeah, but I thought SD looked really, really strong.
Yeah, I like SD too. SD and then either like could be Taunt, could be Encore, could be Sub, could be like Quick Attack or something if he wants for this guy. Yeah. So, but like I said, I think Duraludon should be able to at least switch in a couple of times first before it ends up dying. So let's go with Shuka. I'm down with Shuka. Definitely more safety item, but it's cool. Let's look at this real quick. Oh god, I hope. Okay, cool. Oh, I was just mocking for Castelia. That's right. That's in there. Okay. All right. So let's see. It's a Rude versus Iron Moth. Let's see if he is back. What the?
That's Boulder.
That is Boulder. Okay, let's say he's Specs. How much is he doing? Yeah, Specs does about half. If he's probably gonna be Fiery Dance, not Flamethrower, but he could be like Overheat or something if he wants to nuke. How much does Knockoff do? Knockoff at no. Oh yeah, so if he takes any hazard at all, like he's gonna pretty much die.
Yeah, or even an Aqua Jet, as we were thinking.
Right. So okay, I thought this guy was bulkier, but he's not. He's Spadef.
No, not physically.
Yeah.
I think even Cinderace probably would kill him.
Yeah. So maybe Booster would be like the most annoying, because then you don't get the knockoff chip. Not the knockoff like extra power if he like comes in with Booster special attack. But again, like Keldeo ideally can at least take one and then force it out so he doesn't get it the next time. Let's see how much Keldeo Assault Vest takes from this guy if he's Booster special attack. Not Specs Booster special attack. Holy shit. Assault Vest, max HP for example. So he would have to like predict the Keldeo to come in, I think, to 2-shot. Or like maybe if he Fiery Dance boost into Energy Ball, maybe that kills you. Holy shit.
I think it'll be just out of range.
So yeah, +1.
Ooh, that's 19 and then 70.
Yeah, it's close.
It depends on roll.
It's close, yeah. And this is no Spadef either. We can definitely beat some Spadef here. Yeah, but even that, like, okay, if he's this set, like, he's not boosting his speed at all. So it's like he gets revenged by two things. Yeah. So I don't know. I think he has to boost his speed somehow. If he's like booster, if he's Meteor Beam or booster special attack, I think he's gonna run agility. If he's just Specs, then obviously he's Specs. So Specs is probably the worst case scenario. But he would also have to, again, he would have to call that switch. So
yeah, and then we always have Keldeo to cut the item.
Yeah, yeah. And again, if he's not boots, then he's taking rocks or spikes. So yeah, that is good. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely a solid. This is your win condition for sure. This is your Cinderace, but it's probably gonna be this guy. All right, so let's do the Keldeo since we're gonna try the AB. Now, do we want any speed on this guy?
Maybe same as the Root.
Yeah, we can do it for Tusk.
I don't know if it says needed. But maybe because we don't have ground switch-ins, we do want to be faster than Tusk.
Yeah, it's not too much speed, honestly. And we do have Aqua Jet too. So we would run Aqua Jet. Probably Flip Turn, because if you come in on the Moth and he does just click like a Fiery Dance or something, or like Meteor Beam, your best play probably is to Flip Turn, right? Because, yeah, you're definitely going to live any other hit, and then you could just go into Cinderace or whatever. Flip Turn, and then probably just, what, Secret Sword?
If it's Secret Sword, you have to make a Resolute. Like,
oh, whoops.
Secret Sword hits the walls playing harder.
Yeah, and the Gudra, right?
And the Gudra, yeah. Unless it's on defense. Yeah.
So definitely Secret Sword, Aqua Jet, Flip, a Secret. Last slot for Assault Vest could be Vacuum Wave if you want to hit this guy too super effectively.
It's Surf as well.
Yeah, it could be Surf just to hit Tusk like really hard. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably Surf I would say, right?
Yeah, because still like a chip on Tail.
Yeah, or Zap. Yeah.
Or Zapdos, yeah.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
force the root, which helps switching out easier.
I'm down with this. So let's do this. We're gonna be do we want minus defense nature here? Because we don't plan on taking a physical hit, right? Like we just die to physical hit. Anyway.
Yeah, unless it somehow lives a headlong. That's the only thing I could see if the calc matters. Because also it matters on how much it actually does to Moth, right? If the damage is negligible, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean,
If it's just 70 to attack, it's not strong.
yeah, I mean, would you ever be taking a headlong though, right? Like you'd have to be switching in unless like you're talking about if it's like speed boosted already or something, because Surf should just kill it, right? Like we're gonna be faster.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. I guess if it was like booster speed or
Yeah.
I think booster speed you would live anyway because it's not any attack then.
Right.
But like if it somehow got a spin off or it was Scarf.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
last round somebody ran Scarf Mamo into me because it's like again ground types are really good.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Headlong only does half if he's booster speed, because he wouldn't be any investment. So, and if we make it minus defense nature, I would do like that much.
Yeah, I guess not a big deal.
Yeah, let me check how much the Flip and the Aqua Jet are doing. If we
Yeah, because like if it's negligible on the mod, then it doesn't really matter, right? As long as it's
yeah.
in range of something else.
Technically,
The flip's decent damage.
yeah, it is good damage. Again, we're assuming we're gonna have probably some sort of hazard up too. So technically, Flip into Jet can kill. I mean, he can be like bulkier maybe with like Morning Sun, but I
If
don't.
it's booster speed, usually you put the 120 in.
Right, 124. Yeah. I just don't see like a Morning Sun bulky set here for Moth. It's clear. I feel like his way to win is Moth plus Ogerpon, right? To try to overwhelm your team. If he's like a more
Maybe,
bulkier,
yeah, those
Talis.
three.
Yeah. The thing is, like, we can easily run a Dio though to outspeed Tusk even at +1. I don't know if we're going to, but like
That's true.
the Tusk and the Moth would even have to be like, I mean, I guess it will be like pretty much max speed to outspeed Dio, always. So, yeah, I'm not sure.
Paldea anyway, I think. So it'd be 347 anyways, which I think outspeeds Dio.
It will, yeah, it will.
Yeah, or +1.
Yeah. But I'm cool with this. This again, this is probably like our best like Moth check.
I agree. Yeah.
So it's cool kind of seeing us all as Galdio. I think it could definitely work. So,
I mean,
you know,
I always brought it versus Chiyu because again, look at Chiyu and look at my team.
yeah, because you can't even make like a Zaruda type to check it, because Fire plus Dark is maybe like Spadef Enam. You could have, I don't know. It probably drops to like Overheat though.
Yeah, there's Keldeo because Keldeo is also faster, so it helps into choice specs Chiyu, right? So.
Yeah. So it's actually the same HP in Spadef. But because we're going like minus defense, like this guy is literally meant to take special hits.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay to go. You can kind of use this as your Goodra switch in too if you have to, or if it's like still alive or something.
Probably would need to cap first, I think, because this Goodra has knock, right?
It does, yeah. I'm actually don't know which mon. I guess they could just bring top 6, huh? Like Komala's not coming. Does nothing to Pesherant. Low kicks like could be cool for like Dio / Zarude first impression damage, I guess.
Yeah, I could see low kicks maybe. I've seen like some really cool low kicks, like Light Orb first impression really hurt. So
yeah. I guess if he looks at like if he's assuming like Zarude tears out of like a dark weakness, like he could see your dark resist aren't the greatest. It's just Keldeo plus Enam. Enam kind of like walls this guy actually though.
Yeah.
doesn't get anything really for you now. So I don't know. It's probably going to be a top 6 if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is fine. Okay, so this is a cool. And then yeah, you can like flip turn if he switches out Iron Moth. Like what's it switching to Keldeo? It's going to be Scream
Either
Tail.
Ogre Pawn, block, flip turn, or
It could be,
expect
yeah.
Wild Move,
Yeah, if he's not Terran.
or Scream Tail, or Zapdos, I think.
Yeah. But
Right.
yeah, if he goes Ogre or Scream Tail, that does kind of give you your rocks from Duraludon. So
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like flip turn isn't even bad like the first time. If
yeah,
I'm not in range of like the moth, obviously.
exactly. Yeah. We definitely want light metal for that low kick if he has it. EV light. So we're gonna run rocks here. Probably heavy slam is our steel move, right? For the scream.
I'm not sure how heavy Duraludon is. I was looking last week. Ironhead might be stronger.
Oh wait, yeah, because we're gonna be we're gonna be light metal. Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that affect it? Okay, let's see. Duraludon.
Yeah, I thought Duraludon was heavier than it looked, but it's pretty light.
Yeah, it just runs the freaking.
Ironhead or Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Flash Cannon from no investment actually still does decent amount. How much does Ironhead do? Ironhead's gonna do. I mean, well, less because it's 95. But will Scream Tail be defensive or Spit Def here? Probably.
I'm not really sure. Could be a bunch of things.
It might be Spit Def because if you look at Enam, right, like their only resist is Moth. So it could be Spit Def for like Keldeo / Enam perhaps. So
yeah, maybe for Dio too, actually, because Nasty Blood Dio would be pretty hard for him.
yeah,
Like, take a boost, Focus Blast, Shadow Ball.
yeah, Focus Flash would destroy this thing. Yeah. So it's probably gonna be Spit Def. So maybe we do run Ironhead as our steel coverage. How much does Ironhead do? For not minus attack. It was about 40. Which, I mean, again, that's fine because you could technically just Ironhead and then, you know, you could play around him like wishing. Like you could force him to wish to kind of show his set. Maybe he doesn't even have like wish and protect. And then you could just make a switch on a anticipated like, you know, protect or wish. So I think it's fine. Ironhead. Do we want body press?
I think Body Press is kind of weak from it because the Violet doesn't boost the damage.
Well, we're gonna be, I mean, max Fizz Def though, because the body press would be for like these two, I suppose, or I guess these three.
Yeah, but let's run Aura Sphere. I'm not sure which does more.
Let's check.
Yeah.
Gudra. All right, let's assume not Assault Vest. Okay, this is some weird set, sure. Aura Sphere. Yeah, this is gonna definitely do more.
Yeah, Body Press is fine.
Yeah, and it just put the most probably to this guy too. If we have to just take a hit, I guess. How much does it do to Ogerpon? Actually, let me check real quick.
Probably do decent.
Yeah, not bad. I guess if it's Synthesis, technically it can just Synth on you, but I think our last slot should be Dragon Tail anyway. So it can't do that. Dragon Tail, right?
Dragon Tail or Thunder Wave, I think. Dragon Tail's probably better because it can be taunted.
Yeah, or if it's Substitute,
And
it's
you
a little
get-
scary. Well, Body Press breaks the sub, actually. But, like, if it's, like, Synth sub, I don't know, it could be a bit weird. So we would be minus special attack. Yeah. Fish. So yeah, this should be able to get Rock Sub versus Ogerpon for free. I guess if he U-turns on your Duraludon, what comes in? Tusk or Moth? Probably Tusk, right?
Zapdos is another for the two, but I guess not until he knows you're not Draco or something.
Yeah, I mean, Zapdos doesn't really do too much anyway, right? To Duraludon, like you could probably, if you want, just rocks in front of that, if you really want to.
Yeah.
To get him up. Tusk coming in would be the thing that you probably have to switch, but again, we're gonna have Pesh. I gotta see how much Tusk does to Pesh, because I gotta see if we can actually just technically spin block it. Knock off into Headlong is what we want to see.
Yeah, but this one's max speed, which we're definitely not running.
Yeah, no. Let's just, I mean, we can be literally max bulk. You don't really see this too often because it's so high, but we might need to, right? So if we're balloon, knocked us
If
30.
you're balloon, you do live. Yeah, not quite long. I
Yeah.
think I saw it in the jail by now video.
Yeah,
He was
okay.
talking about the calcs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Would he be adamant here?
Could be.
Yes. I think he
Yeah.
would be. Because he just wants to outspeed Cinderace if he's like spin, which he definitely can, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he just needs 248 speed.
So let's say he's like 35 into like, ooh, it's close. He could certainly, if he gets to play right. What you could do is, well, no, you really can't actually. I was gonna say if he knocks, like you could double after, but you don't have a ground section, so.
Yeah.
We could. What if the Dio though is very bulky? How much does Headlong do? If it's gonna be our spiker, because technically we could. You could technically like come in and then just spam recover.
Yeah, and he only has 4 headlong.
Yeah, that might be what we have to do. So you pivot Pesha first and then to Dio, if you're in Headlong range. Does Headlong make contact? Does he take helmet?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay. You could do that to save you. How else does helmet look? Not the greatest. It's really primarily just Tusk. But
maybe JRBT Citrus. So you live 2 headlongs guaranteed.
Could, yeah. And again, like you said, the pressure is really good for that. And if he's bulk up, technically we could just fit Psycho Boost if we want.
Yeah.
To blow that back.
Psychic Noise too works if it's a bulkier set.
Yeah.
It blocks out those healing and Springtail healing.
And Scream Tail, yeah. I like that.
And Puppy still does a ton to Tusk anyway.
Yeah, it should, right? Let's check real quick. Dio. Oops. Psychic Noise.
No life orb either.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
still decent damage.
It's good damage, yeah. That should be fine. So okay, let's do Dio. Speed. We want the spikes here for sure. We want Psychic Noise. Cover.
Is it knock?
What's their play into Dio? It's like Gudra maybe.
I think it'd be Screamtail or Gudra.
Right, it's one of the two. It could just straight up be Taunt as well.
Yeah, I mean Taunt Psycho Boost also works.
Yeah, what is? I mean, I guess Gudra can try to drop a Draco on you. How much does it do though? You might be able to literally just recover it off if it's not invested. Okay, that's max special attack modest. You probably have to scout first to be honest, but I mean, yeah, if it's not invested, you can technically just recover it off. So it's probably taunt, right? Taunt Psycho Boost. Because if Screamtail comes in, you taunt it. What does it do? Like, nothing.
Yeah, that's fair.
You should be able to get spikes up versus a lot of things on this team.
Yeah.
Zap might be a little scary because of discharge para, but
yeah,
you have a freaking Zooch, so like.
Yeah.
We might want to like maybe Terra this immediately just so we have that switch.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe because initially we can just Terra and knock, and maybe show that we are not set up, and then keep the setup.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, and getting rid of its boots is nice because again, I really think Rocks is really easy to get up versus this team. So. Okay, so let's do. So you want to go with Taunt Psycho Boost?
Yeah, I was thinking, or it's like Psychic Noise Nightshade, right? Or I don't see any other.
I think Taunt is just really good. Like Taunt literally stops.
Screamtail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you maybe could go. What's your initial choice? Gudra? Because if it's like offensive, you don't want to take a Draco. Could be Zarude. Because you do have Synth as well. If he starts like Iron Defensing, is that bad?
Yeah, Iron Defense could be scary to root back.
Yeah. But again, we have this helmet defensive guy. Maybe you... Yeah, it really depends, I guess. I guess if it depends, like if you have a couple spikes up, it's not the end of the world if you manage to take a big hit. But you should still live. Like he doesn't kill you unless he's...
Actually, if he's Iron Defense, I don't know how you beat Petra on Spoon, right? Like...
Yeah, it just have to be special hits, like Flash Cannon over and over maybe or something. I don't know.
Yeah, hope for a drop.
Yeah.
But you'd also need rest then, I think. Because you don't have recovery otherwise outside of lefties.
Yeah, it could be like just Iron Defense, Body Press lefties, right? With Flash Cannon Draco. Something like that.
Yeah, I think it still loses to Nightshade Petra run, but...
Yeah, it's close. No, I think you're right. I mean, even if we're no... How much does it do if we're no spit def Pesha? This is max mod. He wouldn't be this either if he's that side, I don't think. But yeah, it doesn't do that much.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking you can recover.
Right. So what do you think is best here? Do you want Nightshade or do you want Taunt Psycho Boost?
I guess Taunt Psycho Boost is fine. I mean, we would be walled by the low kicks, but it's okay, I think.
Yeah, I mean...
Duraludon should switch into it. But obviously you don't want to get knocked, so...
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, I don't know if, like, Duraludon's going to infinitely check the Ogre Palm, but it should, like stall enough turns, yeah, for your either Zooch to get going or your Cinderace to just be killing things, so... I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's can do Psycho Boost. Taunt.
Oh god, yeah. Taunt. Okay, we're gonna be definitely Helmet. How much does... I'm assuming... Does First Impression just kill your ass? Probably.
Probably.
Right. Low kicks. Okay, that's banded.
Oh, Petra and Wall. Oh, not
knockoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we are like this kind of set though to try to take on the Tusk, after you lose your item, like it kind of does eat. This is banded, by the way, so
yeah,
you know, it does kind of, especially if you get knocked off by like Tusk or something. But let me check Dio real quick. I don't think he's gonna be banded either, but say he's like black glasses or something, I guess. Yeah, I mean, technically you do live at least First Impression, not knockoff. So, not that it really matters. It's just probably just, I was just seeing if you could like technically like recover spam, but not really, no. So, but spikes and rocks is good for that guy. So, all right. Sure. Because like we don't need any speed, right? Like,
nope. That team is super slow.
The only speed that we would want is to like outspeed Tusk at +1, but I don't know if we should do that. We can, I guess, because we still should take a headlong even if we do that, but and he should be threatened out. But I guess it could be risky.
Than Adamant Tusk, which is what we thought would be the threat, right?
Yeah,
if
how much?
Jolly Tusk it doesn't do it kill Petra?
Right. How much does Adamant hit? 273. So at +1, 410.
410. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not that much.
Speed. Yeah, pretty bad, I think. Although I think if it's Adamant, it's probably running 372, but it can never be too safe.
Yeah, I think this is okay. 252, 200. Yeah, I mean, you're taking a good chunk, but again, you can still recover, and you always starting just to kill him. So
yeah,
I think that's fine. Okay. All right. So we need Cinder and Pesh. Pesh is probably the next easiest one, right? You're thinking Balloon, right? Balloon's probably the best, or is like Cobra better? No, or Shuka? No, it's Balloon, right? Because
yeah, I think it's just Balloon. Because the first switch in is you want to block the spin if the hazard is up.
Yeah, they might just straight up try to Earthquake you anyway. Like they have to knock off spin or Earthquake is a dead click. So, and I mean if they're in versus like we're assuming like maybe like Zooch or something like, and we're electric, like it's kind of hard for them to just like knock off because like we can easily just grasp with them, you know. So yeah, it's a bit tricky for them. As far as the moves though on this guy,
Recover for sure.
yes, let's put that one first.
Just like think the recovery move last.
Yeah, how is that? You could change it around.
Nah, I usually just put the move I'm most likely to click first.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. In that case, it definitely would be first. We probably want Shadow Ball here, right? It literally hits everything besides low kicks.
Yeah. Shadow Ball, Malignant, then Foul Play maybe.
Foul Play. Could also do, like, if we want to do more... it wouldn't work, though. I was going to say, if we wanted to do more to, like, Iron Moth or something, we could do, like, Poltergeist, but if it's Booster, it's just a dead move.
Yeah.
So...
Also, if you're knocking early, late game, Polter will not.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's do Shadow Malignant. What are we clicking Malignant on? Like a Zapdos, perhaps? Maybe Ogerpon if we need to. Yeah. And then you said...
It could be Toxic straight up, but...
It can be Toxic. It could also be Parting Shot if you want to just Parting Shot on like a Goodra coming in, because that is probably going to be the switch, right?
Yeah.
So, could do Parting. Foul Play is also good, like you said.
I don't know if there's Amnesia. Does it get Amnesia? Because then technically could spit on it.
I don't think so. I think it's just like Defense Curl and Withdraw.
Wow. We cannot boost it out.
No. So we could Parting. Parting versus Goodra is really nice because then you could easily just go something like Zarude or even like Dio, like whatever you have there. Yeah, it's either Parting or Foul Play, I think. One of the two. Foul Play could be good for Ogre in case Drylodon is dead.
Yeah. You definitely need one of Toxic or Malignant, though. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure Zapdos will just wall.
Yeah, I think Malignant works. It could be Pressure, which could be a bit annoying. But I feel like with like Zarude plus Cinderace, like they would want to be static, right?
I mean, Parting Shot if Zapdos comes in is also good because it gives you free Zarude to get the Terra up.
Yeah, I mean, technically, like, I mean, we're going to be... Oh, yeah, we're going to be slower, right? Right. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. We might take a Hurricane, but it's not the end of the world, I don't think. It depends.
It could be Parting.
Yeah, okay, Parting's cool. Balloon.
And then we need Balloon. Yeah.
So do you want to just be max Fizdef here?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of maybe... Because this is going to be the check to Iron Defense, because I don't think the rest of the team can beat it.
For
so
Goodra?
You might... Yeah, so I'm like wondering you might need some spit-off investment to like... Minor check Draco, Goodra.
How fast is Goodra? Is it like 80? Oh no, it's 60, so we'll be faster. Well, I think we can always come in and then just Parting into like Dio, right? And then Dio should forever tank that, right? It should, at least.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess if they just raw Draco on your Switch, you can just recover, right? Like, it's not
the
end of the world. Yeah.
Yeah, because we should be faster.
Yeah. Okay, let's just do this for now. Yeah, because it's just that Tusk calc. Like, we want to make sure Knock into Headlong doesn't kill. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if they do somehow like get the knockoff on the Switch, isn't our play? Didn't we say our play is just Dio though? Anyway.
Yeah, I think that seems more correct. And keep the Petulant because it seems really hard for them to kill.
Yeah. So I mean, we probably can make this guy. I mean, it's still good though for like Ogerpon too. It's like, does Zapdos kind of? No, Zapdos does not give us a hard time.
Oh well, yeah. If I get the Terra up early, which I probably need to.
Yeah, Moth. I mean, I guess you could kind of. This thing doesn't really do much to Moth. Is the problem either though. Shadow Ball's not going to do much to Moth. Like I don't really see why we would need. Sbidef is literally just for the Goodra. Like, are they going to bring like some sort of crazy like offensive Goodra here? It could, like Draco plus like its stabs actually look not bad, right? The only Draco resist is this guy.
Yeah. He's just slower than a lot of things, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, your whole team is faster than Kutra that we're bringing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we can probably just... let me check real quick the top versus Pesha. Draco. If he's max switch attack modest, Draco. I'd say he's super fast too. We can probably make a little... Put a little bit to make sure...
Creep modest Kudra anyway. That's only 32 EVs, I think.
Is it? Let's see.
Yeah.
It's no EVs actually, right?
Oh, that's timid though.
Oh, you're right. Bold. Yeah, it's not much, yeah. Yeah, 32. So we could do that, and then we could put a little... I was gonna say we could put a little bit if we want to like live two Dracos, but if it's...
I don't think... Do you think Scarf is a brain? It's slower than like...
No.
In the race even.
No, right? It's not gonna be Scarf. Yeah, it is slower than Cinder, yeah. So, yeah. No, it's not. This is probably fine then, just a 32, I think.
Yeah, just in case they're like modest Bex or something.
Yeah. 252,
I guess it's easy to live Bex Draco, maybe? Or...
I mean, if we're modest... After, I don't know if we can, especially if like rocks are up. It's probably not likely.
Yeah. Maybe not worth then. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on the game state, like, and like what's in front of it, depending on like what you sack or what you do. Maybe I don't think Gujo's gonna be in early, right? It shouldn't. It's not like a rocker. Or any... Actually, does it get rocks? No, right?
I don't think.
No. Yeah. So like.
Tuscan spring test.
Yeah, no. I think it's gonna be more like a switch into like Pesha, and then we can just parting. So.
Yeah, but I don't even know if it's a good switch into Petrun. I feel like Petrun could beat it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's probably gonna try to just flash cannon you into Draco, like you down, but we just parting on it anyway, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
So, because like if you do like switch this guy in on the like ground move from Tusk, like what is their switch is either this guy or probably Zap maybe, but Zap isn't even that great of a switch. So. I think if you get that play correct versus Tusk, like where he literally just like wastes his attack with Spinner, you probably just parting shot immediately. I think. I don't even think you bother. Like you could Shadow Ball, I guess, if you want. There's no resist, but you probably get more value out of parting. I think. Yeah, it either gives you like a spike or something, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. Cinderace. Cinderace looks really strong here.
Yeah, definitely max attack.
Yeah, like we said. Pyro Gunk, yeah.
I would probably still keep Boots. I just think...
Yeah, I agree.
You have potential with the rocks plus spikes.
Yeah, I agree. I like Boots. Cinderace. Gonna be Libero, whatever. Pyro, Gunk.
It's just the last two slots.
Yeah, it could be Swords Dance if you want it to be. Because I do think at +2 you literally just kill everything. Like maybe Tusk can live from full, but Tusk should be chipped through spikes and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the best other two moves are. Maybe just fighting coverage, which I only click in front of the Gudra.
Right.
Nothing else. And then maybe just SD in case.
Yeah. Could be SD, could be quick attack, could be sub. Could be suck. Do you want Sucker Punch here?
It'd also be like attack for first impression.
That too, yeah. Though, like, you know, if you're a fire or a poison type, it shouldn't be doing much, right? I don't know. I mean, it's still a strong attack.
Yeah, Tinted Lens is strong.
Okay, let's check Black Glasses, Tinted Lens, Cinderace.
This one's bulky though. We'll have to put the...
Oh yeah, true.
I don't know why it is. I always pull up this. I'm like, why?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it does over half for sure. Yeah, Sucker Punch I guess could do a lot too, but you can't really get past that.
Yeah, Wisp is the other option, but I don't know. It's like you only really need 2 moves here.
Yeah. Again, you could run quick attack to out prioritize maybe, but
Yeah, it only really hits agility. I mean, agility or booster mod.
mm-hmm.
And blood kicks, right?
Yeah.
Quick attack doesn't hit anything else.
Yeah, so it's either so you for sure want fighting coverage.
I think so. Although, I mean, maybe it's not needed if you're SDing up on the Gujo.
Yeah, because you saw the calc. If it's not Fizz Def, it does die to Pyro. And +2.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you Swords Dance, though, you lose your fire typing, though. So you actually wouldn't be doing as much. I mean, honestly, maybe like once Cinderace comes in, like it might be better just to straight up, like just attack anyway. Just throw off fire, like Pyro Balls, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, there's nothing stopping me from just taking Fireball.
Yeah. I guess.
I mean, the other. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying like Fizz Def Zapdos probably can tank too, right? And threatens you with like Thunder Wave or Discharge or something.
Yeah, I was just thinking Blaze again was because last week I ran Blaze because the same thing, Fireball was just so free.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably need the Libero Gunk to do damage to the Tail, right?
Yeah. I mean, you probably don't need Libero. Gunk probably still does a lot to it if you're not poison type.
Yeah, Fidaf, yeah.
That is Libero actually, but oh wait, no, this is Blaze. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, over half Pyro into Gunk kills it if you're fire type.
It's an option. The other is obviously Wisp can be nice.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, is there like anything you could do for Zap switching?
Focus Energy.
Focus Energy. Blast Burn, no.
Oh, that's special. Probably just SD and Fireball and hope it's enough, but I don't think it will be.
What if you're just like SD Double Edge? That'll probably kill it, right?
Yeah, that's an option.
You are risking static with that, though.
Static, yeah.
What if we run... Actually, let me see if it even kills, because defensive Zapdos pretty bulky.
Yeah, but you'd get... I think it will. Double Edge is really strong. So that's Blaze, right?
Yeah.
And +2. Because Source Stance also helps with the Double Edge.
Yeah, so it would just do double of that, so you wouldn't quite kill it.
Oh, I guess that's a little unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you knock it off with Zarude, then it'll be after Rocks, it will kill it.
Yeah.
You could also be like taunting. Taunting is always risky because it could just discharge.
Yeah, maybe it's just Source Stance and either Quick Attack or Fighting Move.
Yeah. So, oh, so would we be Blaze though then with this, right? Because we don't want to turn into a normal type if we don't. I mean, unless we have Quick Attack. We have Quick Attack, then yeah, maybe. We probably would be if we we're Quick Attack, yeah. Would there Zapdos be Fizz Def here? I mean, it's probably kind of has to be their Cinderace check, right?
Yeah, I think it would be.
It's either that or Tusk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the best thing I could think of is either Taunt or Pads, but they do have hazards, like you said. I mean, they're probably not going to be running Spikes here. I think Ogerpon is way too good to like be a Spiker.
Yeah. But I still think Rocks would kind of...
Yeah, we don't have...
Cinderace comes and clicks a move, right? You want it to be free to click the Fireball.
Yeah.
And like, picking Rocks just limits how many times you can do that.
Yeah, I wish this guy got like Encore or something. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No. Yeah, I don't. There's nothing we could do to like, kind of just straight up beat it, unless it's like. No.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was trying to think. There's like a way you can change the typing with Libero, and then, but it's like I don't think Electro Ball into Zapdos and then try to SD as well. So yeah.
No, I don't think
Like
so.
Flare Blade, so you can set up on Tusk or Ogerpon.
Yeah. Nah, it's probably just SD Quick Attack here. So if we... Okay, so the thing is, like, if we just, like, straight up Fireball into it, or we can even Gunk first. If we get the Poison, we might two-shot it. It's close. But if we're Poison type, then... I mean...
Yeah, it's not.
It's
bad.
risky, but yeah, I mean we could get it, but regardless, even if we just Powerball into it, like what are the chances that they're gonna click Hurricane, right, versus us? Surely they don't. So if for some reason our Zarude is not Terra'd yet, we could make that play. We could get Parrot though, which is a little annoying.
I mean, there's also Duraludon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we know it's max bulky, then it's not gonna do a lot of damage anyway.
Mm-hmm.
With Duraludon, even though we know Spadaf. So
yeah.
You just rocks or if rocks are up, you can still go into it and Dragon Tail.
Right.
Right. So.
Yeah. I mean, like I said. Yeah, it's ideally we get the Zaruterra off early, like we said, so it's not a big deal if, you know, they switch in. What I'm just thinking might be a bit like worrying is like, okay, so if we Fireball into Zapdos, we go into our Electric Zarude as they like roost. They kind of have to roost because the next time they get two-shot. If they don't, they roost. Like we have, okay, so now we have Zarude versus Zapdos in. You know, like obviously our play is knockoff initially. Like they could technically go like Scream Tail, and like we'll knock it off. But then even like the next time that sequence happens, they can kind of like try to stall us out a little bit by just going Scream Tail over and over, right? If it has Encore, that is. Because if it's Encore like Wish, technically we can't really break it with this guy. But they would need to have like that perfect coverage, I think, anyway. Like, I mean, they could have Encore, right? Makes sense. Stop like Calm Mind, Keldeo, or like Zarude. So
I think Encore was definitely Encore or Thunder Wave or some sort of like disruption. Could also be Trick Lagging Tail.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Blurb, I guess.
Yeah. I think if we don't know the item versus Scream, we definitely have to scout with Zarude and switch. Because Trick is definitely likely.
Yeah, but also I was just thinking, because we don't really have a Scarfer and our DO is not like offensive. So even though our team is faster, we don't really have ways of revenging like a Scarfer or booster speed. So maybe Quick Attack is just... Because Moth, again, we know is super frail.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think Quick Attack is the best. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, you just go for that.
We could be like,
I mean,
Facade, Flame Orb.
Then we have slower. Oh.
Because if we come in and we SD and then we get burned, I'm pretty sure Facade kills it, right? Surely it does, right?
No. I think it might kill everything except the Goodra.
I mean, we're probably not bringing this, but I just kind of want to see anyway.
It could be Shice.
It's close. It's close. We have to be adamant to have the roll. Yeah. If we're adamant, would it be slower then?
No, it'd be slower than
both. Yeah, that's kind of bad.
Yeah. I'll get the roll.
Yeah, but then we're also taking hazards when we come into.
You would be taking... It'd be like 30. I guess you'll also take damage on the turn USD. So yeah.
Well, ideally you SD on they switch, but yeah, it's too like much, I think, to get like everything right.
You would only be able to do it on Moth, like force it out in USD.
Right.
And then the start kills everything except Goodra, I think.
Right. Yeah. So I think this is fine. You know, we have plays, but we might even like lead with Zarude, honestly, just to make sure we get the Terror off right. But we'll see.
So we need Cinder to be fast and Scream Tail.
Oh, sorry. Whoops, I forgot about Scream Tail. What is he, 353?
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, so Libero makes sense. Okay, Fireball. Yeah, would you ever run Flare Blitz here? No, because I guess you can get static if you do that. Yeah.
You also take more recoil.
Yeah, you take recoil, but it's just missing Pyro is so dumb.
Yeah, but sometimes there's no Fireball is just so much better than Flare Blitz. No contact.
Yeah.
No recoil.
Yeah.
And still have to burn.
Okay. Yeah, I think this team is solid. Let's. Can we lead Zarude here? Because that's really what we want here. To Terra it immediately. What's like the. I guess like a lead Moth that doesn't show item. Even if it shows like booster, we probably don't stay in, right?
You just go Paldea.
You go Paldea. So versus Moth, you would have to switch. If it's a lead Moth, though, it might straight up just be Toxic Spike. But that's kind of bad into our team, so I don't know how to do that. What else lead where we have to switch? Not Zap, not Gudra. Tusk.
Screamtail, I think.
Screamtail, we would, right? Because it could trick us.
Oh, trick.
Yeah. I think we just pivot.
Not really good pivot. It's
Probably.
like giving a Violet.
Yeah, probably Duraludon, yeah. Because it could still take a couple hits from... And we could just click rocks, you know. So we'd go Duraludon and Screamer. And then I think the... Ogerpon? I mean, I guess Ogerpon we can go Duraludon, that's fine.
Yeah, the other one would be like, oh, should we swap on the... Should we stay in a...
Tusk.
The Tusk Terra?
I think we Terra and probably just knock it off, right?
Yeah, I agree. Since we have a Shuka anyway.
Yeah. And he might not ground move because we can just not Terra.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a hard click. He honestly probably should click CC because it does hit the electric at least.
Useful.
Yeah.
The hardest.
So I think knock is fine and then we can pivot out. He might even just straight up rocks anyway if he's leading it. So.
Yeah. The other lead I thought was DL because.
Yeah.
Again, kill it if I hit from everything.
Yeah. So what would we switch versus? We would switch versus.
Lead.
Zap, right? Zap.
Zap as well. Yeah, Zap can go Duraludon. Get your rocks up first then.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, versus everything else, right? Like.
Maybe Ogerpon also.
Yeah, Ogerpon might do too much to us. I mean, yeah. The thing is, he should be fearing like a really strong hit though into him.
Yeah, Thunderwave or something as well.
But again, we would just go Duraludon. It's not the end. He might just U-turn, but we would just go Duraludon though anyway. It's fine.
Yeah, it could stand and spike as well.
We could, yeah.
Yeah, Steve, just go Duraludon.
Let's see how much it does. Yeah, we would have to after.
Running to +2 anyway, so just Dragon Tail it out.
If he's Terra, but we're max defense. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna do a little bit over half. It's like 70. I mean, we can still technically recover elsewhere. Would a spike for that health be worth it? Turn 1.
Oh, maybe not. Yeah, maybe Duraludon then.
Probably just Duraludon. We get off the rocks. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, at worst case scenario is what U-turn / knockoff. But knockoff, we still get the rocks up. U-turn, they bring in Tusk.
Which we'd have to go DO, I think.
DO. Yeah, we can go DO. Yeah, that's fine. Even if they ground move, we can just recover. It's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, I think so.
DO lead? Or is it Rude lead?
Let's see. What's more important, like initial spike or the electric?
Probably, yeah. I mean, we technically do have an electric resist if this Aptos is like not invested. I don't think Duraludon takes anything.
Probably not. No.
So we do have a switch in at least early. It would just chip us down a little for Ogerpon.
Yeah. And so the only scenario is if we lead Dio and they lead Zap, we just go Duraludon. Is what you're thinking?
Yeah, right. That's the only bad scenario. Cause like Gleamtail, you can taunt. I guess Ogerpon too. You can switch. Duraludon, get rocks up, and then.
Yeah, I mean both. Both. Well, yeah. Scream or Zarude were forced out on 3 things. Dio were only forced out on 2, right? So.
Yeah. Ogerpon Aptos.
Yeah. So it's probably better. Or I guess what if they lead low kicks if they have it?
Yeah, I mean low kicks is tough.
I mean,
You can't really do much about it. Something has to get knocked by low kicks.
it's probably. I mean,
That's just how it is, right?
yeah, it probably. I mean, I would say like you can technically just go Zarude, but if they first bug move, like that's terrible. So we probably
You
have to
could
go.
U-turn, right? So
Yeah,
yeah,
so we'd probably have to go Duraludon. Or we could go.
yeah. Brick Blue was
Yeah,
the only issue. If it was Shuka, I wouldn't mind, but
yeah, yeah. We'd
I think
probably
the
just
blue.
go Duraludon, right? Yeah,
I mean, if the do lead, if I do see a low kicks, I can always just bring the root then, because something has to be benched for low kicks, right?
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I like that. Then yeah, we just lead DL unless we see low kicks and we lead Zarude. That's fine.
Yeah.
So you're literally spiking, switching, taunting, switching,
Spiking.
spiking. Yeah, spiking.
I put this in the moth, I think, just because it's scary.
they they really
I don't
should switch, right?
think-
But
Yeah.
unless they're like
I
maybe
mean,
they're
it's
Sash.
person. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Sash probably wouldn't kill us, so maybe. But I don't know.
Let's see.
It's just like the biggest. I mean, it's not the biggest threat because Ogerpon's definitely scarier. But
I mean, Sash. This is the strongest it can do.
I mean, it gets Bug Buzz, right? Is that not stronger?
Oh, I mean, would it run Bug Buzz here?
Probably not. I mean, Overheat's also stronger technically.
Oh yeah, it could be overheat. Sash overheat.
Yeah.
I mean, technically you can recover after because it'd only do 40.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like it's. Will they be just Sash overheat? Like.
Maybe I think the root's just fine, and then just swap on the bad matchup.
So we're
Right.
forced out with, what, Ogre, Scream, and Moth. Yeah, I think. I think so, right? Because
Yeah, I guess you don't want it doing its stuff.
like if it just like SDs or something, right? Like we don't like all we have is Trailblaze and knockoff.
Yeah.
So
Okay, it would be 3 still then.
yeah, these
Springtail,
3.
Pokemon are not.
So
I
it
still think it's fine.
yeah. I think they're both equal like leads. I think it's either one's okay. The spike is probably a little bit like more helpful. It's just we're gonna probably have to sack health or potential para on Duraludon if we don't have Terra Electric when Zap comes in, which is whatever. Like full para could obviously just straight up lose you a game, which is annoying, but
Yeah.
yeah. I mean even if we lead Zarude, like we can technically just throw Dio in versus like the Tusk can always spike there, but I don't know. The spike initially does help with like showing boots and stuff too. So
Yeah, maybe the value of the spike is a lot more than the Terra.
yeah. All right, we can lead Dio then. That's fine. And then we could lead Zarude if we see low kicks.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Good.
All right, cool. So, all right, I think that's everything. I mean, I honestly think this matchup's like pretty solid for you. I would say I don't say it's like like very easy, but I think it definitely leans towards your favor. So like, they might have to bring some sort of crazy like, I don't know, like maybe like ST Sucker Punch low kicks and just like clean you maybe later or something. If like,
Could definitely be scary.
right?
Somebody ran ST Scissor versus me last week, which I was a little surprised because like I have Cinderace, Raldon, Petra, and Keldeo,
Yeah.
and it caught me a little off guard because I didn't prep for it, so it can definitely be scary.
Yeah, because yeah, we again hazards would help with that, but SD Sucker is definitely a bit scary, especially once this guy goes down. So,
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, hazards will definitely help with that guy if he's not boots. I think boot spam is like worst case for you, but he might do it because he can definitely see like you have hazards and there's only removal of spin, so maybe I'm not sure. We don't really know how well this guy is or anything, so but I don't know. I think this game is good. You said you're not gonna really do mocks, right? So
Yeah, not for seasonal. Maybe if I am like 6'2" or something, maybe. But for now, I'm like killing. Cause then like if I mock, then I take more pressure on.
yeah, yeah.
And I just want to have fun with these smoke on tours.
Right. But
Yeah.
all right. I appreciate you joining me.
Yeah. Thank you for the help. Appreciate it.
I got you. Yeah, I try to get people on more than once too, but with EPO going on, I haven't been doing these a ton. So, but somewhere down the line, I'm sure I'll get you on again, and
Yeah, I
we'll.
was initially planning for last week because I was super busy with like some applications and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But my opponent could only play Thursday, so I had to like build quickly.
Oh okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You blame that for the loss.
So yeah, so true. Yeah,
uh,
he just got me with like a Mirror Herb Acrobatic Cyclizar, which I didn't really
what the
expect.
heck? Huh.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was like Terrabug Zarude, and I bulked up, and he came in, and I was like, I didn't know it got Acrobatic.
I
So I
didn't
was
either.
like, yeah. I thought it was like, oh, Temper Flare or U-turn or something, or
Yeah.
Double Edge, right? Which I
Right.
ate, so it's like whatever. The macro came out, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. That's cool though. At least you kind of saw
Yeah,
that.
it was
So
good.
whatever. But
Yeah, it was good prep.
yeah. Anyways, thank you for joining me, guys. Please go check out Darkrai's channel. We'll be linked in the description below, and I will see you guys in
Thank
the
you.
battle.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. Peace. Alright guys, we're here for Darkrai's seasonal game versus clone. One last look at the pace. He didn't actually change any of the items or the moves or anything, but he did very, very slightly adjust some EVs. So I do recognize that he took 20 EVs out of the HP for defense, and he took like 4 EVs of defense out of Duraludon, things like that, but the pace is pretty much the same exact thing. So looking at the team that our opponent brought here, he actually did not bring the Water Ogre Pond, which is kind of crazy. I think it was probably the best Pokemon into our team, and he decided to bench it. And so we'll take it. We're not complaining, to be honest. So actually, without the Water Ogre Terra, the only other captain looks like Gudra. So they are Poison Gudra, which is very, very interesting. So it looks like he's trying to take away that fighting weakness, as well as probably just be a switch into Peshron, if I had to guess. But anyways, we're going to lead with the Zarude. They lead Screamtail, so we have to switch in case they are like some sort of trick set. They actually are Thunder Wave, and we dodge. Thunder Waving is a little crazy turn 1 because we are showing Terra Electric, so it would have just been a free knock, free Trailblaze, whatever. But obviously I can't, like Darkrai should switch, so that's not a play to stay in. So we get up our rocks for free, which is really, really nice. We stay in and just take a discharge. Yeah, I guess it's not really a big deal, the health on Duraludon, since Ogerpon did not come. Duraludon can still be used though for something like low kicks. So we do pull in the low kicks, which is probably best case scenario. U-turn comes out. What do we do here? Body press. We do body press, do nothing. But we could follow up with a steel move. Just kidding. They show Encore. So they are Thunder Wave Encore. Okay. Go for another Thunder Wave. We're just spamming body press. Probably trying to catch a switch into... I don't know if it's trying to catch a switch or he just doesn't want anything else to get Thunder Wave. That could also be the play. Now we go Zarude because he's not going to Thunder Wave a paralyzed target, so a really nice switch. This does give us the Terra and a knockoff. Yep, we avoid that nice, and we see a knockoff. So T-Wave Encore Wish, so it's mono attack. Darkrai is going to just stay in here and spam knockoff, which is fine. Like, we're not really under any threat. Psychic Noise is the one attack. Okay, that makes a lot of sense though. It's a bit annoying because we can't just stay in forever and then synth up, but I still think they're going to be switched. Force to switch here. So Darkrai is just spamming knock, it looks like. Encore. Well, I guess we're locked in anyway, but yeah, I do think this is fine. Like, we're not... Yeah, it finally catches the switch. We're not under really any threat. So we see Tusk come in. It is Assault Vest, not speed boosting or anything. Okay. We do have Pesha here. Yep, making the correct plays. Does he call that? He does call that with a knock. Okay. Now I think we set the pivot Dio here, right? Good. And we could just taunt this guy to not prevent anything crazy. We actually choose to spike, and there's an acid armor. Okay. So it's acid armor body press. We taunt now. There's a taunt. In comes Pesha, flash cannon. We can synth here, but I think we actually just pivot into Dio, right? Because body press plus flash cannon shouldn't do too much to Dio, and we have pressure. Shadow Ball spam, okay. Not doing much. Spadef drop. We have to switch now. Partings. Oh, it's clear amulet. Oh, good bring. Yeah, so that was indeed going to be like the Pesha like response because it is Terra Poison. So that's a good bring by our opponent. We didn't really expect this type of set. I mean, we said Acid Armor as a possibility, but Clear Amulet with it is really nice. So we go Dio here, probably just to taunt it, right? We're going to Psycho Boost first, okay. Flash Cannon comes out. But yeah, he only has 5 more, and we have, oh, Life Dew. So yeah, he's Flash Cannon, Body Press, Life Dew. But Dio should stall this out, right? He only has 4 more Flash Cannons, and we have 7 recovers. We just need to dodge Spadef drops, because if he Body Presses us, he's killing himself to Helmet, so. Ooh, that was a risky play. He taunted there. He could have died. Wow. If he Flash Cannon there on the taunt, how did we kill this guy? I don't know. That was a risky play by Darkrai, because even if he gets one more Iron Defense, or if he just Life Dews, like, we still recover there, right? Because then we get to 73%, and again, he only has 3 more Flash Cannons, right? So it didn't really matter if he recovered 25% more health, or whatever Life Dew is, 25, 33, I don't know. He just can never kill us. But that was a very risky play. I don't think I agree with that play, because Flash Cannon on the taunt there was trouble for us, for sure. So, but he gets to play right, so we don't get punished. 2 more Flash Cannons. This guy is just going to stall it out, yep. And 1 more, and we're good. We taunt here, which is correct, because he only has 1 more Flash Cannon, so we're fine. Crit. Oh, so even, oh my god, so even without a crit, even if they did get to 1 more plus defense, like +6, like, it still doesn't do half to us, so we're okay. But yeah, we just recover spam now. This Dio put in work. Holy crap, this is probably the biggest threat to our team. This and maybe like Booster Speed Moth. Taunts, and down goes the Gudra. So hazards are up. Okay, we should, oh, we can't, well, we can't block spin, but doesn't, I mean, Psycho Boost probably does a lot to this guy. We're -4 though. Oh my god, I knew we missed. Come on, man. Yeah, that gives him a free removal and speed boost. That sucks. Calls the switch to low kicks, really nice. And this should give us our rocks again. He could spin though. He's gonna spin, yeah. Wow, he doesn't spin. What? Why didn't he spin? I mean, we'll take it, but they should have spun there. That's crazy. Okay. Keldeo comes in. We can click the big surf button on the zap. Good chunk, good chunk. Now we can go Zarude. Keep the zap below. This is all good. This is all good. Screamtail comes in. We can just Trailblaze on this guy, right? Yeah, Trailblaze comes out. And now we bulk up. Even if they Encore, they have to go into... There's an Encore, okay. So we're locked for 3 turns. So they have to go Moth right here to punish us. It's not Moth. There's 1 turn, and we're Shucka Berry, so we're going to eat this 2 turns. And we live 1 more, so yeah, that should be game. They had to go Moth there to punish us on the bulk up spam. Trailblaze, and then everything I believe just dies, right? To knock off. Should we have recovered here? Sorry, not this turn. The following turn right here. Because Earthquake is only doing 33, and we want to be out of first impression range is the thing. So I think we probably synth here, unless we're out of first impression range already. If we're already out of it, then we're fine to just attack. I guess we're going to find out. Ooh, okay. So he was good, and now he synthesis, yeah. If we were in range, obviously you want to synth first on that Tusk, because, I mean, we died a crit, but we recovered way more than it did. I'm kind of curious, actually. Let me open up the paste real quick. We're +4. +4, 144 HP. So Rude, 144 +4. Terra Electric versus low kicks. I mean, let's check ban, sure. Oh, he was banded actually, looks like. So Darkrai must have known that he always lives then. So that's why he, how much did it do? 18? Yeah, he's banded, adamant banded. So he must have known that he lives a first impression. So Trailblazing on the Tusk is correct, because he would die to a crit Earthquake or a crit First Impression either way, so you might as well just kill the Tusk. And then this pretty much just sweeps, right? Synth again and just knock off spam for a win. Yeah, GG. So yeah, like we said in the build there, like Zarude was like one of the first Pokemon I think we pointed out. Like just Terra Electric, the standard bulk of Spadef set. I know it's a very common set nowadays, but it is still the best set in a lot of matchups, including this one right here. Definitely did help that there was no Ogerpon, but honestly, that Goodra put in a lot of work, probably more than the Ogerpon would have put in. So that was really the only threat. I do think if he got that taunt play wrong, like I said, we might have had to pick one or even two more Pokemon. Well, yeah, because we did have... Oh, I didn't even think Poison is for Secret Sword as well. Yeah, he could have Terrid versus Keldeo on our Secret Sword, and we might have had to sack one or even two more Pokemon if Dio went down, actually. So maybe we could have been in a bit of trouble, but as long as the Zarude was still alive, there was a really good chance that Darkrai was going to win anyway. Zarude or Cinderace. Because like once Goodra goes down, like look, it's like this SD Cinderace, right? Like it just kills everything. So... especially because he let the Zap get chipped. So really well played to Darkrai. Again, appreciate him coming on. His channel will be linked in the description below. He does upload videos from time to time. Really great videos, and a really nice guy. So I do encourage you guys to go check him out. And then good luck to him in his round 7 game. So thank you guys for watching. Again, if you want to be part of the series, all you gotta do is join the Discord down below and sign up in the Team Building with Zooch sign up channel, and I'll get you guys entered into the queue. I believe the queue is empty right now, so if you sign up and you've never been on before, you will be pretty much good to go in a week or two. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.